I am so excited. I had an awesome Aldi organic haul. Every time I go in, it seems like they have something different. I'm going to show you guys what I got. I spent $70, and some of these things you may not agree with. Some of these things you may question. Some of these things you may go, oh, I didn't realize. But here's the thing, we have grace in what we eat. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. That's Psalm 24:1. Everything belongs to the Lord, including us, including the food. And we have grace about what we eat. And we try to do our very best. And sometimes we have to buy convenience foods, and other times we can cook everything from scratch. So let me just show you some finds. First of all, this bread here is on sale for $1.99, and it's not organic, but here's the cool thing about it. It's imported from Germany. So anytime you see imported from Germany in Aldi, it's going to be non-GMO by default because they don't allow GMOs. So what's in this bread? Whole kernel rye, water, wholemeal rye flour, salt, oat fiber, and yeast. It's awesome, and I love this bread with some cheese on it. I really like sharp cheddar cheese on it. I think this is a Wisconsin thing, guys, cheese and rye bread. But they don't have the organic sharp cheddar, so I got the organic Colby Jack and the organic white mild cheddar cheese. Now, organic cheese is probably one of the more expensive things that I can buy. This was $2.99 a package versus $1.99 for non-organic, so it's a whole buck extra. The sunflower seed bread, let's look at what's in there. Again, imported from Germany, minimal things in it. Whole kernel rye, water, wholemeal rye flour, sunflower seeds, salt, oat fiber, and yeast. This is great bread, and it's only $1.99. It's cheap. Oh, here's my celery I'm eating for breakfast off my tower garden. I keep fresh tomatoes around as much as I can, but for convenience, I get the diced tomatoes. And so this is the organic diced tomatoes. Again, it's canned, so it's not your best thing. I prefer not to buy canned food, but I always keep canned tomatoes and canned beans around. And why do I prefer not to have canned food? Well, because it really has very little nutrients in it. Canning is just a little over a couple hundred years old, and it's much better to preserve your food. Eat fresh, freeze, ferment, or dry at low temperatures than to have canned food. But this is real life. We have grace in what we eat. Again, if I can come home and we've had a busy day and we don't have anything to eat, then I'm going to take a can of kidney beans, and I'm going to take my salsa, organic salsa, and I'm going to throw that together and eat it with these chips, and we have dinner, and it's a whole lot better than eating hot dogs. So again, there's grace. Keep fresh food around, cook with fresh as much as you can, but be realistic about what you do. I bought some canned olives too. These are really inexpensive, and we do keep olives around because we eat a lot of salads. And I find things like olives and artichoke hearts make the salads fun. We want to eat the salads and we have fun, yummy things. And I buy these olives here, or these artichokes here, versus the ones that say BJ's, because these are made with water, not soybean oil. I don't want to eat soybean oil. They use hexane to remove the oil from the soybeans, and I don't want to eat that. I got some spring mix because, again, I don't have a whole lot of lettuce on my towers yet. I will have an abundance of it in 3 weeks, but right now I don't because I pulled and replanted. I do have a couple heads of lettuce in the fridge for my tower gardens, and I have bib lettuce in the fridge for my tower gardens. I just pulled the whole head off, and so I'll mix the spring mix in, and it'll give it some nice texture. Avocados, I don't worry about organic avocados. I don't have a lot of produce here, guys, because I just did my organic co-op Thursday, and so we got 2 boxes. We have tons of organic produce at home. Steel cut oats, these are fantastic. We live on these. We eat for breakfast. We eat steel cut oats. We eat in muffins. We eat pancakes, all from fresh ground wheat and corn. But they had traditional, and then they also had quick cooking. You want the traditional. What they found in studies is that when you eat traditional steel cut oats, your blood sugar is stable for the rest of the day, and you eat far less at lunch than you do if you eat instant oats. And also, people get intimidated by cooking it, but they have a lot of different ideas for cooking. Microwave, to soak ahead overnight. That's the easiest way. Also, I do it in a pressure cooker. I put a glass bowl in a pressure cooker with the oats, and they cook in 10 minutes. Well, really 20 minutes by the time it heats up and then cools down. The way I hate the worst is in the morning, preparing it in the morning on a stove without having soaked it. I always find it always burn, it always sticks to the pan. It's always a pain to clean up. So I either soak the night before or pressure cook. I got some white rice. My husband likes white rice when I make black beans. And again, that's something, you know, they had organic black beans. That's another thing. That's a really fast food. You know, if we come home, we don't have much food, we always gonna have black beans and rice. We eat black beans and rice a lot, at least, you know, once a week. We eat beans several times a week. Got these for my daughter because these are great to have in her backpack. She's a college student, and you know, it's non-GMO. Again, this is not the best choice, but sometimes you can't do the best choice. Sometimes you just have to do what you can get. My kids love the string cheese and the cheddar cheese, not organic. They'll survive. The grass-fed ground beef is great. I'm going to mix that today with some cooked cabbage, onions, tomatoes, and stuff it into bell peppers and bake it. It's really, really good. I've never tried these. I don't know if they're any good. The grapes were cheap. They were $2 for 2 pounds. The cantaloupe was $1. Again, we have so much fruit in the house, but it's hard to resist a cantaloupe for $1 nowadays. So that's my organic haul from, Kalamata olives. That's what I got from Aldi. I'm excited that they keep bringing in new items. And, you know, one thing, when you see something in Aldi, you might want to grab it because their organic stuff comes in and comes out. Like they used to have organic white noodles, and they no longer have those. They also had organic quinoa marked down. A lot of things that I don't need because I have, you know, they have organic packaged beans. I don't need those right now. I have lots and lots of dry beans. That's usually what I cook with. But when you see something, like last year over Christmas, they had organic brown sugar. Stock up on it because they go through cycles of organics at Aldi. They don't always have everything. So I hope this gives you guys some ideas. Leave comments below. Tell me how I could have done better. Tell me if you learned anything new. Take care.